Faith. Most of us have issues with faith, right? We go through this life and it's like it's hard to hold on to our faith, right? Myself included. But we're going to talk about that today, okay? First, I'm going to start off with a definition, of course, the causes and symptoms and solutions, right? But first, let's talk about the definition. Definition is complete trust or confidence in someone or something, strong belief in God. All right, so let's think about this for a moment. If faith is a strong or complete trust, then if you're having faith issues, that means that you're having trust issues. So you're having a difficulty trusting in something or someone. That could be yourself, that could be other people, it could be places, it could be God, right? So faith, having no faith or low faith, means you have no trust or low trust or difficulty with trust. Okay. All right. Now let's talk about symptoms. Symptoms that you may experience. One, focusing on the negative. It's always about the negative. The negative always gets your attention, right? You can't see the positive in any of your situations. You feel like everything is on you because you don't trust anyone. So therefore, it is all on you, right? Because you're not going to trust anybody to help you or to support you or to even know your stuff because you have trust issues, right? You're suspicious. You hold grudges. Like you're holding a grudge for dear life as if the grudge is somehow protecting you, all right? You pick fights. Like I'd rather get the fight out the way now and save myself abandonment later than to go through this. Or you avoid people, you avoid places, you avoid things, relationships. You just rather not deal with it because you feel like you can't trust anyone. All right. Now, some causes of this, of course, childhood abuse, childhood trauma. It definitely, listen, a lot of us have gone through some form of trauma in our lives, and a lot of times it has happened as a child. And we have to go back there. We have to go and give it the attention it deserves, and we have to work on it in our adulthood. It is what it is. But a lot of those things, if it goes unchecked, it can turn into PTSD. It can turn into a attachment disorder. It can turn into personality disorder, dissociative disorder. And those are places where the broken pieces of you kind of, it almost kind of separates and becomes someone or something else, okay? Just to protect you from the hurt and the pain of said trust issue, okay? But if you don't deal with the core issue, right? It can turn into fear of a lot of things like rejection or abandonment or fear of betrayal, that kind of thing. Now, unfortunately, this affects all of your relationships. So if you have a trust issue, it's going to affect the way you work, how you deal with people on your job. It's going to affect your significant other and how you deal with the relationship. It's going to affect your friendships and your family ships, if you will, and how that you navigate those. Because if you don't have trust, okay, you cannot build anything solid because it's going to be built on something negative. Because remember, if you have trust issues, you're going to always be looking for something negative. That's suspicion, right? You're going to be looking for the negative in everything. And therefore, you're going to find it because that's all your mind is looking for, right? So you have to reprogram your mind, right? We're going to go into solutions, but first, let's go into the Bible. What does God say? It says in Matthew 17, chapter 20th verse, so Jesus said to them, because of your unbelief, for surely I say to you, if you have faith as a mustard seed is like this, okay? You will say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it will move, and nothing will be impossible for you. So think about it. Mustard seed does not even fit in between my fingers. It's that small. And God is saying to you, if you have faith that small, if you trust just a little bit, you can move mountains. And that's figuratively as well, right? But just think about it. If you had just have trust like this, you can change your whole environment. You can change what happens to you in the future. You can change even the circumstance you're in right now just by changing your thoughts. And we talked about thoughts last week, okay? But just think about that. Because when you don't trust, it affects everything, even the way you see. Faith and trust is like a pair of glasses. And I say this a lot to my clients. When you are in your situation, depends on what kind of glasses you're wearing, depends on how you see the situation. And those glasses are our experiences. Okay. You ever heard of people talking about, oh, they were wearing rose colored glasses, meaning they see everything so like in love and all of that when it's so negative? Well, those people are wearing glasses of optimism. They're wearing glasses of like love, right? They're looking at the positive of things, right? That doesn't mean their situation is that positive, but they're looking at it in a positive way. And how you can do that is you think about what can I learn from this situation. It does not have to be like a positive in a way that's not true, right? But like challenge it. Like, okay, so how should I be seeing this? And ask yourself on the inside, is this check in with your intuition and see if it's really something that's happening or if it's in your head, right? Are those things that's inside of you that's trying to keep you protected, are they on alarm, right? And they're seeing this clearly or not? Like, you can check in with yourself and see. That's one of the solutions. You got to be open though. You got to be vulnerable. Now, that's something that if you have trust issues, you're not trying to be vulnerable with anyone. Like, why would you want to be vulnerable, right? But this is how you build the trust. Most of us have trust issues with ourselves. But ask yourself, why is it that you don't trust you? Why is it that you don't trust your intuition? Hmm? Why is it that you're feeling like, okay, I can't trust my thoughts. I can't trust my feelings. Obviously, I'm going to be wrong. Okay? Check in and see, where did that start? Where did it start where you were not trusting you? Was there a situation that maybe you gauged wrong? Was it a circumstance or a person that took advantage of you and you thought something different? What was it within yourself that you didn't trust? Okay. Now, think about triggers. What is triggering this suspicion? What is triggering you to think negatively about something or to not be able to trust it? Really look into it. It could be for real, but most of the time it is not. Okay. And just remember, what you focus on is what you receive. So if you are focusing on negative all the time, that is exactly what you're going to receive. Okay. So I want you to think about that. Acknowledge where you are. Talk to that thing. Like, okay, why are you here? Why am I not trusting? What is the information I have that says I can't trust myself or someone else? Okay. Look into that. Now, your song today, I'm going to sing a little bit of Fly Before You Fall. This is for you. It's in the moments when you're left all on your own and it hits you from out of nowhere. You try to hide it, sometimes unsuccessfully, with a smile that fades quickly. Your resistance to sadness is futile, but you're a fighter, can't stand defeat. You're a musician at hiding the hurt from you, but I see and I hear you, loud as a bomb, wanting a shoulder to cry on. I hear you tumbling fast, here and now. You're afraid, don't be scared. Don't be scared, 'cause I hear you, loud as a bomb, wanting a shoulder to cry on. I hear you tumbling fast, here and now. You're afraid, but don't you worry. I'll teach you to fly before you fall. Trust yourself and learn to trust others.